Good morning. Welcome to Trading with Sergio, Tuesday edition. You guys notice it? I was on yesterday. I'm on today. I'm going to be on tomorrow, and I'm going to be on Thursday. I think for July, I'm going to give it a shot to do short live streams on a daily basis. What do you guys think? I think it'll work out. So welcome to Trading with Sergio Tuesday edition. A lot of changes. Market's tailing off a little bit. I will keep these short. I will have you guys come on if you guys want. So let me put the link up towards the end, though. Here's the link. And here it is. But what I'm going to do is daily, I'm going to talk about a single topic because I think it's necessary to do so. So that's the link. There you go. Okay, so the big beautiful bill has passed. It looks like it has, full of pork. And I mean, I don't like it. I think it's going to add to the deficit in the national debt, and we're on our way to 38 trillion and 39 trillion. According to the CBO, this is going to add about $5 trillion over the next decade to the national debt. Okay, what happens when national debt goes up? Well, our servicing costs go up and nothing good happens, honestly. Basically, we keep kicking the can down the road. And the topic I want to talk about today for a little bit, a few minutes, is there's one person that is not liking what's going on. And I 100% agree with him. Who's that person? Well, we all know. It's Elon Musk. And Elon made it absolutely clear on his tweets yesterday. And in fact, he went as far as threatening the people, not physically, obviously, but threatening the people who voted for the pork barrel bill, that he calls it. And to me, the important thing is most people have no clue what's in this bill. It's thousands of pages long, right? So Elon was in charge of Doge. It didn't end well. I'm not sure if they got any cuts going. But now we're back to the trouble that Elon experienced with President Trump. Now the punches are going to fly again because Elon started throwing punches. And as we know, there's one person that you can't throw a punch and expect no punches coming back. That's President Trump and this new administration. If you throw a punch, you're going to get hit in the mouth. Now, you may not like it. So before you throw a punch, make sure you know that it's coming back at you. And obviously, there is a more important thing going on here, right? Tesla. Elon's 98% of his wealth, or 95% of his wealth, is in Tesla and the other companies that he runs. But Tesla is the only public one. And every time he does this, right, what happens? Tesla starts going down. Even with the robotaxi, even with the fanfare and the cult that is surrounding robotaxi, which I think is way down the road. Tesla just sells cars at the moment, and that's where they're getting the revenue. There's a lot of additional things coming down the pike, of course. Optimus Robot, robotaxi, all that good stuff. But none of that is accretive. None of that is helping Tesla at the moment. Well, Elon is not helping himself either because he absolutely has no muzzle when it comes to what he wants to say. Obviously, as the richest person on the planet, maybe he feels entitled that he should do that. But I think there should be some sort of decorum. And in fact, in my chat group today, I was saying, is this another taco trade? As you guys know, what's a taco trade? Trump always chickens out. I'm not saying he does. All I'm saying is, that just now it's been made famous, so I use it in my members chat group, taco trade. But Elon is pissed. And I do agree with him. I agree with him 1,000,000%. So are we going to say Elon is getting into politics. Is Elon going to be the next president? I bet he can if he wanted to. I doubt it, but I bet he can. But Elon, as socially awkward as he is, he started, yakking on his Twitter. Well, he owns the company, so I guess he can do whatever the heck he wants. And this is what he's saying. And look, I agree with Elon. Here it is. Elon yesterday started tweeting, figuring out that this thing is going to, pass. Elon says, it is obvious with the insane spending on this bill, okay, which increases the debt ceiling by a record $5 trillion, that we live in a one-party country, the Porky Pig Party. Now, what does it mean about that? Because, the bill, the big, beautiful bill, is full of pork. And he just called it the Porky Pig Party. Because, look, there is no difference when it comes to deficit spending between Democrats and Republicans. Washington, D.C. has not seen a dollar that they don't like. It's your money. They just spend it. Not only they spend all of it, okay? They spend an extra 30% by borrowing. I'm going like, this cannot keep going on. You cannot keep mortgaging my, kid's future. So time for a new political party that actually cares about the people, he tweeted. Well, is he getting into politics? He had talked about it on the first time when he left under tough circumstances, and Elon and President Trump were jabbing at each other on Twitter. Well, this is the second going around now. So is America ready for a third party? I think we are. I think what they're doing in Washington is a crime. I think these people need to be just fired, but we can't for some reason. We can by voting them out, but then the new ones that come around are no better than the old ones. They get bought by corporations. They get bought by lobbyists. Not literally, but you guys know what I'm saying. And then they keep doing what they're doing. Kick the can down the road. Spend. The money we don't have. Borrow. Add zeros to the ledger. National debt on its way to 38 trillion. This is going to add another 5 trillion. How are we going to pay for this? Well, we're going to just print more money, I guess. We're going to put more zeros into the ledger, and then we're just going to go, that's how we're going to get the money. Then he said, how can you call yourself the Freedom Caucus if you vote for a debt slavery bill with the biggest debt ceiling increase in history? I agree on that one too. We're debt slaves. That's what we are. So in our own households, we spend on plastic called credit card. We're on plastic crack. And then when it comes to Washington, they take your tax dollars and squander it and do whatever the heck they do. So Elon is pissed. That's why I said Elon for president, Elon for the nominee of the new party, a third party, as opposed to the Porky Pig Party, the American party. And then he continued. He says, if this insane spending bill passes, this is his threat now, the America Party will be formed the next day. Well, it passed, so tomorrow, you guys expect the America Party. He has the backing to do it. He has the money to do it. So he said it clearly, right? And just now, actually, maybe an hour ago, the bill passed. Full of pork. Okay, not that I don't like pork. I love pork. I like me pork ribs, but not pork as far as spending is concerned. Elon Musk is calling for a new party to challenge both Democrats and Republicans. I'm in. Elon, I'm in. I'm in, because otherwise this insanity is never going to end. And then he continued, if this insane spending bill passes, the America Party will be formed the next day. Our country needs an alternative to the Democrat-Republican uniparty. I agree, especially. Now, Democrats and Republicans are very different when it comes to social issues. But when it comes to fiscal issues, they seem like they piss right down the same hole. So what do? They take your tax dollar, not only squander it, but borrow another $2 trillion a year and spend it. Democrat, Republican uniparty, so that the people actually have a voice. I 100% agree. But he didn't stop there. What else did he say on Twitter, which I did not include on the slides? He said, if, as a Republican or a Democrat, you vote for this porky, what is it called? Porky party? He said he is going to spend his money, make sure that all the people who voted for this big, beautiful bill are not going to win the election. And as we know, money buys elections, and Elon's got a bunch of that. However, when this tiff started again, the second round now, what happened to Tesla stock? Tesla stock had a massive bump. It went from 300 to 360 because the robotaxi supposedly in Austin went really well. I'm not sure, really. That was the excuse. Now that has given all that back up, we're right back to 300. So I did a video and put it out. It's on the channel. And I got a lot of hate on that. I said Tesla is dead money. Stocks are to be bought and sold. Stocks need to be traded. Tesla's back to 300. Okay, is there a trade? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to pay attention to it until it gets to my levels. But to end this segment, I 100% agree with Elon Musk on this issue. Now, is he able or capable spending his money and voting these idiots out who voted or passed this bill, the big, beautiful bill that the administration calls it, which is going to add to our national debt to the tune of $5 trillion? It's fact. You can't argue that fact. Is Elon going to form the America Party? Because he said so. The next day he goes, after the bill passes, I'm going to form the America Party. Who's going to be the nominee of the America Party? I guess the person that founded it. So that's why I said President Elon in 2028. I don't know. I mean, this is the only person, I guess, in our country who can say what he says and get away with it. And hopefully, nothing bad happens to the guy. But I agree with him. I agree with him on this topic. I disagree with him on a lot of other things. But on this one, on this topic, because I've been talking about this national debt, the deficit spending for at least a year since I started the channel. On this one, I agree with him. If he forms the America Party, and the America Party is for Americans, is for reducing the debt, is for balancing the budget, is for our kids' future who are shackled with this debt. If that's what it's for, I'm a registered Republican. I'm fiscally very conservative, socially kind of moderate. I mean, even call myself Republican. I'll probably call myself a libertarian. I don't want too much government in my business. However, on this topic, I'm all in. I'm all in with Elon. And welcome to the America Party, I guess. I'll change my vote for sure. And we need to put this country in order, man. We need to fix this country. We can't fix it by deficit spending. We can't fix it by having $1.5 trillion interest we pay all over the world. We have all these IOUs coming due. And President Trump, on the other hand, is yelling and screaming and saying to Jay Powell, you idiot, you need to cut interest rates. What are you talking about, Mr. President? There's no need to cut interest rates. How about you cut the deficit? How about we don't put ourselves into this situation? We had a chance with Elon with Doge. It didn't work. We know what happened. The lobbyists, the corporations, heavy money spent. All these politicians in the pockets of these corporations and lobbyists. What do? They passed a big, beautiful bill. And the big, beautiful bill is nothing but pork. And it's going to add to the national debt. That's my take on that subject. Elon, I'm supporting you on this one. I am all in the America Party. Okay? We need to end this madness. So, welcome, people. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do one topic a day, which I'm passionate about, not about anything else. So welcome. So today is Tuesday. I put the link up there if you guys want to come up. I'm going to keep these sessions short, but I'm definitely going to go through the positions. I have a lot of positions, a lot. And and here they are. You guys can see this. Remember the Tea Party? Yep, there you go. I remember the Tea Party. And it fizzled out because they got bought out. They got bought out by the Spender Party. That's what happened. And this needs to end. This needs to end. This cannot continue this way. Anyway, the Tea Party. How about, you guys remember the Balanced Budget Amendment? How about that one? And that was during Clinton, I think. So Yeah. How about balanced budget amendment? How about we run the country like we run our households? Because if we run our households like the government's running the United States, it's bankrupt. Well, I said this before. Elon said it too. U.S. is bankrupt for sure. We're like a much bigger version of Greece with a printer. That's it. That's where we are. Okay, we're like Venezuela. Obviously not socially and not financially, because we can print. And the US dollar is the reserve currency of the planet. If that goes away, God help the United States, God help all of us. Okay, but still, it's hanging in there. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's go through the positions. You guys can see this. So this time I'm going to make sure I'm clicking on the right stuff. Can you guys put a thumbs up if you guys can see the screen? Yes? Yes? Okay. I hope so. Okay. All right. So here we are. A lot of positions. All the highlighted ones are open. Having a good day, actually, even with the sell-off, because I'm short certain things. All right. So I started opening yesterday, right at the close, actually. Apple started to move. I had said that in my member chat group. I'm getting into 2x ETF of Apple, which is AAPU. I started putting on a wide synthetic for August expiration. I started selling the August 20 puts and buying the August 25 calls. I'm going to do this on a 2-to-1 basis, so I'm going to try anyway, because they're not as liquid as I thought they would be. On AAPU, which is the 2x ETF of Apple, so far I'm short 25 of the August 20 puts with a cost of 87 cents. And I am long so far 35, but I have buy orders for the calls. So I'm going to do this on a 2-to-1, maybe 3-to-1 basis. So I will sell more puts, but for each put I sell, I will buy double the calls. Next one, finally, moved my way, went from red to green. You cannot say no to those. I was short Webull July 12.5 puts. It was deep in the money. I think I was short 25 puts. I covered the last one today. Beautiful trade. Stock is 12.71. You're going to say, why did you cover the put surge? It's free money. No, nothing is free money in this type of volatile market. So, but I have the calls that I had bought. But overall, this trade went from red to green. I'm not done. I still have 25 July 15 calls. And the way Webull moves, that could be like half an hour's worth of work. So I will keep those. Next one, I am in 2 strangles on Circle and CoreWeave. They are getting strangled, no doubt about it. So here's on Circle. Where am I? I am short. Obviously, a naked strangle, short strangle is you're short to put, short to call, and you want the stock to behave itself and stay in between. I did this with the 140, 340 to open the position up originally at $37, and I covered the 340s back when the stock died, and IV crush happened. So I covered those, but now I rolled it and I added to it. So here are the current. I will post these every Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the community page of the YouTube channel as well. But then a lot of things change overnight. So, this is not financial or trading advice. Don't do what I do. What I do is very risky, but it works for me. So at the moment, I'm short one July 120 puts. Stock is 188, by the way. And these are July expiration, July 18th expiration. I'm short one July 120 puts at a cost of $3.20. They're down to $1.10. That's what the strangle is for. I'm short 2 July 140 puts. Those were the original puts of the 140, 340 strangle. I'm still short those. I'm short 2 puts with a cost of $4.66. They're down to $3.05. I am short 2 July 320 calls. Stock is 188. Reminder. I'm short those at 7.5. They're down to 2. So that's good. When you short a strangle, you want the price to be lower. And I'm short 1 July 330 call at almost $10. It's down to 180. So I'm just going to let data decay, time take care of this. Will I wait until the last minute to cover? Probably not, but I will not cover any of these until they're into the pennies. Next one, the strangle I'm in is CoreWeave, 125. I was in 125, 240 at 10, 11 bucks. I bought the 240s back, rolled them down to 220. However, I'm short 125 puts. Stock is 157. I'm short at 480. They're 290. And I am short one July 220 call. Again, stock is 157.5. I'm short them at 160. That's when I did the roll, took the profit and rolled the calls down. They're down to 75 cents. I will not cover these also, then they're in pennies. I am short 25, which I'm trying to get assigned actually. I'm short 25 July 7 puts on fuel cell. FCEL is the symbol. Stock is 550. I'm short at 135. I don't mind getting assigned at 560, 550, 560 range, which that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to keep those. If the stock goes up, you know, I'll cover those and then redo it again. I was short puts. I covered all those. Actually, everything I'm doing is working at the moment. The only thing I'm long on Gorilla Technology, GRRR is the symbol. I have a call debit spread with 30s, 40s for August. That position is down about $1,000, but not concerned because I took a lot of money on the short puts. I was short to 25 puts, 22.5 puts, and 20 puts. Stock took a big jump. You guys can look at the chart and figure it out. Here's one of my favorite stocks, Oscar Health. I trimmed quite a lot today. Actually, I trimmed 75% of the position. So I had a synthetic on this one. I had a synthetic on with the Julys when the stock was 15. I was short the 15s. And you can go back to the community page and check the positions out. I was short the 15 puts long, 15 call. Stock popped to 23 on the pullback. This time I went into the August 20 short puts, long August 20 calls, and short August 28 calls. So with the money I took in, I spent some of the money to buy a call debit spread. And today on the rally up to 21, 22 actually, I trimmed 15 out of the 20s with nice profit. So this 5 I will keep, but on a pullback onto under 20, I will reopen these positions again. What's saving me on a down day is I go short as much as I go long. You guys know I was short ASTS. That turned out beautifully, covered those shorts. When I say short, by the way, I'm not selling cash secured puts. I'm short physical shares. I just added, actually, before I came on today, to Sezzle. SEZL is the symbol. I'm only short 200 shares because it's really not equity efficient for me to do this, for the fact that the maintenance requirement is 200%, is sucking up a lot of my buying power, but I'm okay with it. So my average cost on this 177 stock is 169. What I usually do in these cases is sell the puts, which actually I may do. Let me take a look. If they're about 12 bucks, I will sell some. I will sell the puts. July, we're going out to July. That's what they have. July 170 puts. Yep, they are. Yeah, exactly there. So let's sell one because we're short 200 shares. Sell one at 12. That's taking in 12 points, right? And if the stock is below 170 on July 18th, I will get assigned and close my short that way. But I'm taking in money. And then, so that's 12. We sell one of those at 12. Already up 8 points on the trade. So that's the offer there. And if the stock drops some more, I would like to sell one of the 160s, but not yet. So that's my offer at 12. And for now, one will suffice. Back to the positions. This is Sezzle. So I short the stock, short the puts. You guys have to understand it's basically the opposite of covered calls. It's called a covered put. If the stock goes up, the premium is mine. If the stock goes down, I get assigned. But then I shorted it at 177 average. With the 12 I'm taking in, and I'm going to cover at 158. That's 20 points. So I'll take the 20-point short. I kept adding today to SMCI. I was in July expiration, SMCI 55s. Then I rolled them up, took profits actually yesterday. I bought a bunch of those today. I bought, actually rolled it up and rolled it out a month. to August 60s now. I'm long 70 SMCI August 60 calls. I have an average cost of 224. They're about 205, 208, no problem. I bought them as low as 175 today, so that's a full position. I'm done with that. I am short 800 shares of SoFi. Yeah, people are going to say, Serge, you're nuts. I'm like, no, I'm actually up nicely on the trade. I wanted to short more. I wanted to short a couple thousand shares, but then it didn't go up as high as I thought it would. So I'm short 800 shares at 18.59. Stock is 17.75. So we have nice profits there. I am long. I put debit spread. This may expire worthless, but I will take my loss on this. This was a hedge. Doesn't matter. Then I'm short 600 shares of TSS Inc. I'm short 600 shares at 30.13. Stock is 27. But yesterday I sold 30 puts. So again, covered put, as you guys understand by now. Short the share, short the put. Those are July 30 puts. Why am I doing that? That's how I cover the short position. If I get a sign. If I don't get a sign and stock goes against me, at least I'm taking in premium to increase my cost basis as opposed to decrease when you sell a covered call. And last but not least, I added to this position today 500 more shares, up to 3,500 shares of WeRide, WRD, with the cover calls, July 10s. I sold those with a cost of 38 cents. If it gets called away, great. Because my cost is about 809. Stock is 772, a little bit of a loss. Happy to say my account keeps hitting all-time high. Account equity keeps hitting all-time high after all-time high. And that's what we want to do. Hey, SJ Taveras. So anybody want to come on? Anybody show their faces? The link is up there. Otherwise, that's it. So I have the puts out for sale on Sezzle. If it pulls back, I'll put those out. If it pulls back some more, I'll put another one out. Yeah, you got to short things. When things go down, you got to short things. When things go up, you got to short things. You know, overextended stuff like SoFi and TSSI. Oh, actually, you know what? We have some time. Let's go through some charts, go through the positions at least, so you guys can see this again, I'm sure. See, I've learned my mistake now. Here, let's go to some charts. Let's do that. Okay, let's go to big charts. Okay, so this is, let's go to SPX. Honestly, all-time high yesterday, a little bit of a pullback today. I mean, what is there to talk about this? Nothing, just all-time high. A possible bearish divergence, but a MACD cross back up. Looks pretty good to me. Triple Qs. Nothing there. A normal pullback. I mean, a normal pullback to 535 would be nice. Just back to the 20 EMA at least. We're way above our moving averages. Why am I buying Apple? Last half hour yesterday started to move. This was the only Mag 7 that hadn't been moving, and now it's moving. Across the moving average is pretty decent volume on the upside. Obviously, I've been watching it, but I'm not buying Apple. I'm buying AAPU through a synthetic. AAPU is 2x ETF of Apple, and pretty decent volume actually coming through. So some resistance at 25. That's why I'm buying the 25 calls, but major resistance at 27.75, which is 200 EMA. And I will wait for that. So next position is Webull. I mean, 1280. I like it. Maybe those calls will come back. And if they do, that position will turn into a beauty. I covered the puts, so I'm done with the short put. Okay, people, if you're trading, you got to trade actively. You got to trim. And I sometimes do a lot. And, if you want to keep track of what I'm doing, you can obviously join my members group. Click join, send me an email, sergio@sergioavedian.com, and you'll get my trades live, because the second I do it, I post it on my Telegram chat group. And Wednesdays, I do a members only live, which you have access to the replays of it as well, and you will learn a lot. So maybe a couple of the members on the chat at the moment can attest to that. That's Webull. Stock was as high at 80. I was selling 12.5 puts, and I was thinking of getting assigned actually around 10.5, but you know, it's not going to happen now because stock moved up and I bought the puts back with profits. Let's go to fuel cell. I am actually going to get assigned this one unless it moves up. 548. I like it. Decent chart, really. So I'm short the 7 puts, July 7 puts. So let's look at the strangles. This is circle. I'm short the 120 puts. You guys can see the lines here. Short the 120 puts, short the 140 puts, short the 320 calls and 330 calls. This is the body. And for until July 18th, if it stays in between here, basically a 200-point body, those puts and calls will hit the wall. And if it tanks, excuse me, if it tanks and I get assigned at 140 and 120, I'll take it because that'll become a swing trade. I will not sell cover calls. This is CoreWeave. I have a strangle on that. And as you guys can see, that's the body. Stock is exactly almost in the middle. So I'm short the 125 puts and short the 220 calls. I was short the 240 calls when it was up here. So just keep that. Keep it in between those two. No need to buy them back. Oscar Health. Yeah, beautiful. Just consolidation. I had a synthetic on with July's, short July 15 puts, long July 15 calls, took a massive move, took the profits, pull back. This is typical, really. High volume breakout, low volume pullback. Now it's in a consolidation phase until the moving averages catch up. Took some profits with the August. Now I'm into August synthetic. August 20, short August 20 puts, long August 20 calls, and short August 28 calls. So I'm in there. We ride. Let's go through the long positions first, and then I'll go through the short positions. We ride. Those labels are killing me. Why do we have so many labels? Let's get. I've been trading We Ride for a while now, profitably. Why did it go up to 44? Because Nvidia owns a part of We Ride, and so does Uber. They are basically the Waymo of China. I like the stock at these prices quite a bit. And then, yeah, and this is the next one that I'm full position now is SMCI. Nice breakout, good breakout volume. It's down a little bit today. I'm buying the August. We were long the July 55s. Made okay money, nothing major. Made a few pennies there, but good thing we got out because they hit the wall today. But now I'm rolling out and up to August 60s. I'm long 70 of those. This is a beautiful pattern. Hopefully it'll work out. If it breaks out, SMCI could fly to 65 literally in 5 days, just like it did here. So that's the long positions. I think I'm not missing anything else. Oh, GRRR. I'm in a long call debit spread. Earnings came out, did well. They did a secondary at 17.5, which is good. Raise cash. I like that. I have time until August. I will keep the call debit spread. I will not sell puts on it. I'm not selling too many puts on too many things at the moment. In fact, I'm buying the puts back. And here's the short positions. Sezzle, SEZL is the symbol. 170 is the price. Big down day today. I'm shorted yesterday and I shorted more today. I mean, come on now, right? Stock is 38. We're at 180. Come on now, come back to earth. I mean, just a pullback to, 20 EMA would be 145. Actually, I probably shouldn't even sell those puts. Just be a man. Surge, be a man. Screw the puts. I'm not going to sell puts. I'll sell puts when it gets to 160. Be short. Be short and be strong. Yeah, I'm not going to sell puts. If it gets to 160, 155, I'll sell puts then. Okay, back to Earth. The short positions. Okay, I don't think I missed any longs. Okay, so that's SEZL. I mean, my average is 177. I'm up 7 points on a couple hundred shares, but this morning, oh my God, did it go really that low? Let me see the 2-minute chart. Oh yeah, 161 low. Shit, if I had known that, I would have taken 20 points. Oh well, it's okay. Short again. I shorted actually on the way up another 50 shares. I short this at 50 shares at a time. It's really, really not a equity efficient or buying power efficient transaction, but I have the buying power. I do it. Yeah, if it pulls back to 145, I'm just gonna either sell puts or buy back. I mean, this thing is double, almost double. It's definitely double and a half of its 200 EMA. When things get this far away from their EMAs, meaning exponential moving averages, the yellow is 20, blue is 50, red is 200, there will be a pullback, just like there was a pullback here. And that time, it wasn't even that far away. And I expect something like that to happen. All overbought. I get it. I'm sure there was a catalyst here. Earnings probably. Yep, earnings. Gapped up in like a 65 range and then 182 high. No, too much. I'm short 800 shares of SoFi. Yeah. Why shouldn't I be short? And again, way too far from, the stock does those pullbacks to mean reversion, I call it, like back to 20 EMA, just like it did here, just like it did here. 20 EMA is 1560. I'm short. Actually, I'll short a couple hundred more shares of that maybe now. I'm short 800 shares at 1860. Yeah, it's going to keep that short. And last but not least, I'm short TSSI. As you guys can see, I short things when they're like nosebleed levels. This is another one that I shorted in 30. Actually, my cost is 30.13. Stock is 26.82. Yeah, I mean, when they get the double their 50 EMA, there's no air under these. These will die. I mean, look, it's great chart. Don't get me wrong, but it's too much. So yeah, those are the positions. Couple of things I'm interested in. I'm really, really interested in putting on a BABA trade. I'm waiting for it to break out. I even drew this ascending triangle here. This is a wedge pattern, actually. It's an amazing, these patterns, I'm not a huge technician. I mean, I do follow it. I understand it. But we're just squeezing into the corner of this wedge. Whichever way we break, we'll have a 50-point move coming on BABA. So we're definitely going to take advantage of that. I'm not going to do it with BABA, though. I'm going to do it with 2x ETF, which is BABX. Same pattern there. That's what we're going to do. We're going to either do options or BABX. Another thing I was, my long-term portfolio, I'm long Google, Unity Software, Kava, and Nike. I got very lucky. There's nothing good, bad, sideways about that. I got very lucky with Nike. I bought it at 53. I bought Google at 173 on the crash. I think it's one of the most underpriced, actually, Max 7s. I bought Unity Software about 21. Obviously, market all-time highs. They're all, going up. And I bought Kava, and I'm short puts, actually, cash secure puts in my long-term investment account on Kava. I like the company quite a bit. I bought actually at 74, then went up to 100, back to 71 actually a couple days ago, and now back to 80. I'm short 75 puts expiring in July, so if they do, I'll sell some more puts because I want to create a full position there, and that's where my money's at. If you guys look at the IBIT, which is BTC, Bitcoin, consolidating, gold, consolidating. There will be a massive trade in gold coming up, and a new high. Gold will get to 4,000. I drew the lines. I usually don't draw lines, but this is necessary to draw because this is an ascending wedge. Yeah, break out or break down, whichever way it goes. But these patterns usually conclude to the upside. As opposed to gold, though, I'm going to trade NUGT, which is not MUGT surge, NUGT. Nugget, which is the 2x ETF of gold miners. And as far as Bitcoin is going sideways, it's holding really well, IBIT. 2x ETF is BITX. I hodl Bitcoin. I dollar cost average every Monday morning. I buy $100 worth every Monday. And I started doing it actually this year. My Bitcoin purchase was in 2016. I hadn't added it. Now I'm actually averaging up. So $100 every Monday goes into Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not to be traded, but the proxies of Bitcoin, like MicroStrategy, is definitely to be traded. And that's MicroStrategy, down a lot today. Wow, down 23. And Bitcoin is not down that much, actually. MNAV, watch MNAV. I don't trade MicroStrategy. I trade MSTU, which is this 2x ETF. And last but not least, let's look at good old Elon and Tesla. 301. I mean, gap down today. You know, all the premium that got taken out. I don't like this chart. I really don't. It looks like it could retest. MACD is going under 0. It's on a sell. Is it one of these patterns? Earnings are coming out. Car sales are going to be horrible. Is it all priced in? I don't know, man. But when Elon started talking shit to President Trump again about the big, beautiful bill, and he's going to start the America Party, the shit's going to be flying back and forth, and its stock is getting affected. I mean, stock was 355, 352. It's at 300, and, we'll see. TSLL is the 2x ETF of Tesla. I mean, again, I got a lot of hate when I said Tesla's dead money. It's been dead money for 4.5 years. It's exactly at the same price as it was 4.5 years ago. So that's Tesla. NVIDIA, a little pullback, nothing major really. These are all buys. AMD, I'm dying to buy it. Buying a pullback, 120, 20 EMA pullback. But if it does pull back to about 122, 125, I'm going to be all over that. Micron, same thing. Yep, same thing. Pulling back to 20 EMA. If it pulls back to 50 EMA, about 105, I'm going to be all over that as well. But you got to be waiting. You got to be patient with all these. And last but not least, Palantir had a pretty decent down day. Yeah, had a massive down day a couple days ago. Bounced yesterday. Today we're making a lower low, coming close to the 50 EMA. You guys got to watch that. And last but not least, one of my favorite stocks, Robinhood, putting a massive key reversal day today, high at 99, 10-point range. I think that's extremely overbought. So yeah, that's what the positions is. Sure, you got to be short, you got to be long, you got to be balanced, and we'll see where these positions are. But I'm enjoying actually trading last couple of weeks, not because I'm making money. It's because I have a balance, and I like the way things are balanced at the moment in the account. And what else? Yeah, those are the positions. I'm dying to buy more Apple's AAPUs. I think that's going to be a pretty decent trade. And the rest is the rest. The rest, I will do the trades when they get to where they need to get to. Strangle is just going to keep eroding. I don't see much to do. I only do things when I see fit and when they get to my prices, like I did with Oscar this morning. Took profits. You got to trade. Trading means you buy, you sell. You don't fall in love with anything. You should have a 2-account system, long-term investment portfolio and short-term trading. And when you're trading, if you're not producing 3, 4, 5x of the benchmark, which is the S&P 500, you should not be trading. You should just be sitting and investing. So yeah, that's where we are. And I'll go to the front, answer some questions. And after that, I'll say goodbye, go have a cup of coffee. All right, nobody wants to come on. Be that way. All right, anything else? Any questions? Anybody? No? Okay. Yeah, I like doing these. I'm going to try to do them every day at 10 a.m. Pacific. So please share. Please put a like. Algo likes it. Please subscribe and turn on notifications so you get notifications for the live streams. So I'm going to do half hour, 45-minute impromptu live streams between 9 and 10 Pacific, depending on my other schedule. So just come on down. And that's where we are. All right. Much love. Stay safe. Be healthy. Have a profitable week. 4th of July coming up. Let's celebrate going into 4th of July with all-time equity highs. Okay.